Today, I want to dig into a metric that no one's really talking about, and they absolutely should be. For years, follower count was the North Star. Then views became the obsession, and chasing views quietly pushed us all towards very broad content, more viral content, because that's what gets the numbers up and also burns you out. But the problem is that viral content is broad in nature, and broad is the opposite of what converts in a coaching business. On top of that, we're all aware that the algorithms have changed the game. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all of the platforms have moved to interest-based feeds. Your content now gets distributed based on what the viewer wants to see, whether or not they follow you. A non-follower can discover your content just as easily as someone who's been following you for years. So follower count no longer means what it used to. And aiming for views just pushes you to create content for everyone, which means you're not creating content for your ideal client. And neither metric tells you what you actually need to know. Is this viewer moving towards trusting me enough to become a client? So today, I want to talk to you about content minutes, a metric I'm not even sure anyone's thinking about, but I know I am, and I want you to be. It's not even a metric that's in your analytics dashboard, but it's the metric that actually determines whether a viewer becomes a client. And once you understand it, you'll never look at your content the same way again. Let's get into it. Building an audience or chasing views might feed your ego, but they won't fuel your business. Okay, so I can hear you asking me, what is this content minutes? The goal of building content minutes trains you to create content for your people. Now, I'm not talking about total watch time. This one is a little bit deceptive. Your total watch time is an aggregate metric of how much time your total audience has spent with you. So total watch time is also a volume metric. And volume, as we talked about in a previous episode, is an emerging market tactic. And you now know that in a mature market, depth wins. So content minutes, here's how we define it. The total amount of your content that a single viewer has consumed. Not the total watch time across your audience, the cumulative time that one single viewer has spent with you. It's about how deeply that viewer has been in your world. And here's how this changes everything. At 10 content minutes, they're a stranger. They may have watched one video. They may barely remember your name, and they're definitely not ready to sign up. At 60 minutes, they're curious. They've watched a few of your videos. They're starting to get your perspective. They may recognize specific things about your style, your set, your tone, and your delivery. Something that you said might have captured their attention. At 300 minutes, they start to trust you. They've spent roughly 5 hours consuming your ideas. They feel like they know you. Your voice sounds familiar. Your point of view and your coaching philosophies are starting to connect. And at 500 minutes, they've spent nearly 8 hours with you. You're no longer a stranger on the internet. And at this point, the sales conversations become confirmation. Think about that last point. When someone has spent 8 hours of time with you and your ideas, the trust is already built. The sale is almost already done before they even land in your DMs. That's exactly what your bingeable body of work or your coaching content library does for you. This is the opportunity and why small businesses with a small following can still have massive financial success. Let's think about the math for a second. A dedicated weekly YouTube video watcher or podcast listener easily racks up 60 to 100 minutes in a month. After a year of listening, that's 700 to 1,200 content minutes consumed with you. That listener doesn't feel like a follower. They feel like a client. And you feel like someone they actually know, a trusted advisor, someone with influence on their life. I know I said the ugly word. Let's take back the word influence. I know you don't want to be an influencer, but I do know that you want to have impact and influence. And influence equals deep trust and easy sales. This is why I'm showing up to serve you each week. This is why I've been consistent for the last 9 months, not to maximize reach, but to maximize depth and the time I spend with you, teaching you marketing, making it something you actually enjoy. And every episode that you come back and spend time with me, which I value incredibly and appreciate your time and attention, is content minutes compounding and us building trust and rapport. So here's the shift that I hope you make coming out of this video. Let's stop optimizing for only reaching new people, and let's start optimizing for the same people who are coming back week over week and spending time with us. These are really two different strategies, and most people are 100% focused on the first one. New reach, new followers, new eyeballs. But those of us who actually care about having real impact and creating real influence, we focus on the second, building a body of work that you're proud of with 50 or more videos that truly reflects your coaching and your knowledge and the gift that you have to share with the world. Watched by the same couple hundred people wins every single time. So when you're coaching through your content, I want you to be thinking, how do I take the right viewer from 10 minutes with me to 300 minutes with me as quickly as possible? Moving someone from stranger to client. That's going to take depth. That's going to take a catalog. That requires repeat viewership, and it requires you to give your very best ideas and your very best frameworks and your very best thinking. It requires you to care. It requires you to really think about, what does this viewer want from me and how can I support them weekly with my content? Let's get a bit tactical and see what this looks like practically. It's building your bingeable coaching content library of long form videos. It's creating smart playlists that link those videos together so someone can go deep. It's putting in the effort and creating your long form videos strategically and then using your short form to capture interest and direct people to time with you in your long form. It's making sure that every video points the viewer to the next video that they need. That's exactly why I built the minimum viable marketing system. I'll link that episode in the description below so you can watch it next and build your version. Your weekly magnet videos become a powerful asset to initiate the binge by your ideal client. If you haven't started building that yet, that is your action item. Watch that video next and get started. Okay, here's a quick diagnostic that I want you to run on your content right now. Look at your channel, your feed, your video episodes, your podcast, however you create. Ask yourself honestly, are my videos designed to reach as many people in my target market as possible, or to get existing viewers to watch more of my content? Again, most coaches, most creators are entirely the first option. Almost no one is thinking about the second. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with creating content with the goal of reaching new people. Of course, that's a game we have to play, but it's more important that we get our current audience to go deeper with us and build content minutes. If you're only focused on new viewers, you're only racking up that 10 minutes of time, and you're never building toward that 300 and 500 that actually build trust and help the potential viewer pre-decide that you're the coach for them. Every time you turn on the camera to hit record, and every time you publish, you need to be thinking, what do I want this viewer to watch next? And how am I teeing that up and making sure it's linked so that they can easily do that? With every video, you need to be thinking, where does this piece of content sit within my coaching content library? How is it complementing or supporting or going deeper on the things that I'm teaching? What's the natural flow that's going to get someone to go from 10 minutes to 60 minutes to 300 minutes? When you start thinking this way, your content becomes less about the individual videos that you're making, and it starts to become a system of content that's doing what it needs to do, serving, building trust, and helping the viewer pre-decide that you are the coach for them. So the reframe is, you're not a content creator or an influencer trying to go viral, trying to reach all of the new eyeballs. You're a coach building real relationships in some sort of scale. Your content isn't about broadcast. It's about relationships. One that starts the first moment someone watches a video and deepens every time they come back. Think about how you work with your clients. Every piece of content is a session, building upon the next. You start with one small habit, one small behavior change, one small skill, and you progress over time. Your content's going to do the exact same thing. And every time a viewer comes back, they move themselves further up that content minutes ladder. So let's recap. Subscribers, views, and total watch time. Sure, they're metrics that you can look at, but they're not metrics I want you to focus on, because neither tells you what you actually need to know, and neither helps you think about your content in a way that's going to build deep relationships and deep trust. Content minutes, the cumulative time that one viewer spends with you. This is the metric that predicts trust, and trust predicts clients. 10 minutes, they're a stranger. 60 minutes, they're curious. 300 minutes, they start to believe. And 500 minutes, they're already a client. With the goal of being influential, with the goal of coaching through our content, we're not here to reach everyone. We're here to take the right people deep with us. So if that doesn't motivate you, I'm not sure what will. We need to build your coaching content library using the minimum viable marketing system. We need to think strategically about the body of work we're building. We need sequences that link people from video to video and then back to real conversations with us. We need to aim to earn the repeat views, because that's where our clients come from. So here's your action item for this week. Really reflect on what I'm telling you. Look at your content. Think about how you're creating it. Are you using this mindset? Are you designing your content for reach or to pull existing viewers deeper into your world? And I want you to pay attention to something. Really look at how each video you post connects to the rest of your body of work. Does each video direct someone to the next thing they need to watch? Now, I've got two, maybe more, but two really good related videos that you need to watch next, and I'll link them below in the description. If you want to know where to start, I've put together a video on the 8-step marketing roadmap for fitness coaches. I'll also link that. If you also want the handy graphic I made you with the 8 steps in flow, the right sequence of orders and actions for you to take, hit me in the DMs and I'll send it your way. I've also built you the coaching content signature GPT for you to lay as the foundation of all of your content. That's as close as we can get to me and you having a one-on-one consult to develop your content strategy. Also hit me in the DMs and I'll send that your way. And if you want more hands-on help, more clarity, more time with me personally and a group of peer coaches to actually build this thing, then you need to join an OPEX Method mentorship cohort. We have one coming up April 14th. You'll see this video before then, and I hope it prompts you to take action because I would love to work with you in that setting. But we open up cohorts every quarter. So if you missed this one and you're catching this video late, enroll in the next upcoming cohort. Thanks for being here. Thanks for listening. I appreciate your time and attention. I'm truly here to serve. If this changed your perspective, I hope you'll share this video with a coach friend or send them my way on Instagram, and I'm happy to have a chat. This show is part of the CoachRx podcast network, which is a collection of shows created by coaches who are committed to elevating the coaching conversation. So be sure to check out the shows from all of my peers who are creating awesome content for you. You can also find a link to the CoachRx podcast network in the description below. Speaking of CoachRx, you should definitely start your free trial and check out our software. It is the software, the operating system of individual design coaches, and it is the place to be if you're a coach who values depth and wants to serve your clients with excellence. So we're going to stop counting strangers and we're going to start counting content minutes. I'll catch you back next week with a new episode.